Okay, Trey Yingst is live in southern Israel as this hearing tries to get underway. We'll bring it to you as soon as that happens. But Trey Yingst has important information from southern Israel for us now. Hi, Trey.
Dana, I just want you to look at our shot here. There is a massive airstrike that just took place.
And where is that, Trey?
And you can see off in the distance there, Dana, that airstrike just took place right along the Israel-Gaza border. We've been watching throughout the day as Israeli forces are operating inside Gaza. You can see individual soldiers just over the past hour, and they were joined by tanks and D9 bulldozers. It just gives you a sense of how they are operating against the Hamas militants inside the Gaza Strip. It is an ongoing battle, and we do understand it has been an intense battle. The Israelis say they have been engaged in a firefight with Hamas overnight and into today. We do have some information for you that we can't quite share yet. A lot of sensitive details coming out of what's taking place inside the Gaza Strip. But we do have some video of the Israeli forces operating inside Gaza. They are pushing deeper into the Strip each and every day as those airstrikes continue. Also, artillery units remain active along the border. And there was one piece of good news overnight amid all of the conversations here about what's taking place on the ground. And that was that Ori Megadish, a private in the Israeli army, was rescued by her colleagues inside Gaza. They conducted an operation with the help of the Israeli intelligence, the Shin Bet, and they were able to free her from captivity in Gaza. The Israelis say she was taken originally from the Nahal Oz base on October 7th, and ultimately she was freed and is in good condition. She was checked by medics and doctors last night and was able to be reunited with her family. This comes as the Israelis are still trying to target key Hamas leadership inside Gaza. They say they killed Nassam Abu Ajina, one of the men responsible for the October 7th massacre. He was overseeing a Hamas brigade that came into the Erez area just north of Gaza, killing so many innocent civilians. But this active front really gives you a sense of what the Israelis are facing. And later today, we do anticipate we'll have more information to share about what exactly is going on inside Gaza. This morning, I met with Israel's Defense Minister Yoav Gallant in Tel Aviv, and we talked about this situation. But given the sensitivity of what's unfolded over the past several hours, we are holding some information until we're able to get that cleared and bring it to you.
Trey, can you tell us, from what you know, how is the Israeli cabinet holding together in terms of agreements, disagreements? I'm sure that there's lots of tension that there had been before, but you start to see a little bit of that, and I'm wondering what that means for the war effort.
Yeah, it's a great question. A few nights ago, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu took to X, and he talked about the situation on the ground and sort of pointed the finger at a failure of intelligence from his intelligence chiefs that are still working in their positions. Then he deleted the post and basically issued an apology, which is very rare from the prime minister. But it gave you a sense that there are some disagreements internally. But the one thing they all agree upon is this, and that is the efforts to destroy Hamas inside Gaza. And we listened there as you could hear those protesters chanting in Washington. And it's interesting, the political echelon here, they are aware of the protests around the world against Israel, against the Jewish state, and against Israel's actions inside Gaza. And we've talked with a few top officials, and they raised this one question that's interesting in the context of all of this. They ask, why are the protesters chanting ceasefire now rather than free the hostages now? Because their focus is on the 240 people that are still behind me inside Gaza, being held by Hamas in the tunnels beneath the Strip, not on a ceasefire. They say they will continue until they rescue those individuals and destroy Hamas.
What do you think that they'll be wanting to listen for in this hearing that we're monitoring, where Secretary Antony Blinken and Lloyd Austin are both testifying in front of the Senate today?
You're likely going to hear more American support and a doubling down on what we've seen already. The American military presence in the region should not be understated, and it is part of the deterrence factor in all of this. It is part of the reason that you're not seeing more direct involvement already by larger Iranian proxies like Hezbollah. But we should note earlier today, the Iranian-backed Houthi rebels in Yemen say they fired one ballistic missile at least and multiple cruise missiles at Israel. Sirens were sounding in the southern city of Eilat that sits on the Red Sea. And the Israelis say they used for the first time in 25 days since this war began the Arrow missile defense system. The Iron Dome missile defense system normally will intercept rockets that are coming from Gaza. But for larger things like ballistic missiles, they have to use this broader system. And it's a system that is more expensive to use. It's a broader technology. And it's an indication that Israel's not just facing threats from Gaza and from Lebanon, but also, as we saw earlier today, from Yemen.
All right, Trey Yingst, thank you. Stay safe. Keep us posted. We'll be back in touch with you soon.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.